Hello again, everyone, and welcome back to another real episode of Tactical Reset. In the previous episode, I went through Floating Tactical Fortress, and we got 864 or so score in there. That was the first version. I didn't really know what I was doing, totally blind run, so check that video out if you want to just see the first impressions of the tower. Otherwise, stay tuned. They've changed the tower since release pretty significantly, and the enemies are a lot stronger. You also get a Mega Energy a little bit earlier. They changed the layout of a bunch of items. It's totally different. So the previous video actually won't help you at all. It's purely for entertainment now. This will be the video of us actually doing the tower. I've decided that in this run, I'm going to do this on True Pure. So that means I'm not going to use any sunstones or any metals. That's not really the point of the video series. You know, it's using my progression, but breaking the sequencing of towers um, with knowledge of late game strategies. So that's not really what we're doing here. There's no advantage to doing this on True Pure for the player. It's simply that we can, and I felt that this will be a good opportunity to show you guys how the tower really works. And for anyone who's joining the video series a little bit later and you don't want to go through 17 videos of stuff just to get to this progression point, this will be a nice way in. If you're new to Tactical Nexus, then you can use this to get a leg up on Census if you want. You don't have to do it this way, obviously. There's no wrong way to play this game, but I'm going to leave the option there for anyone who wants it. There should be a lot of sunstones. I practiced this route a few times, and I think it's pretty good. So let's get into it. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is just grab all this stuff on the ground. This is true pure, so the metal room doesn't matter. We don't have to go there at all. I'm going to shift 7 to load my save. This one is my best one, so I'll load this one. And I'll reset the reservations so it's more viewable. For these skills, what I like to do is grab 4 of the attack ones on the left and 1 of the defense. And then I just go through all these enemies like this, in this order, level up, and then we take defense nodes as we level up. And I'm going to go down here, keep leveling up, through this guy, and I think I want to do it like this. I'm just going to punch this guy right here for his green potions. I'm going to use this skill point on a crown. I like to have a little bit of HP. This gives our HP buffer into the early game. With the extra energy there, we can take a little bit less damage from these enemies. So we can um, just go through the room and keep collecting energy. Our next step is to hit these junior thieves. They have a lot of attacks. The defense doesn't help much. We're going to just be trying to reduce damage a little bit by grabbing energy like this energy and this energy and this energy. And I want to get to this plus 100 right here, so that looks like that. And then eventually we're going to have to punch one of these thieves, which will take a defense passive, and then I think we're good to just hit it. So hitting the thief for this 400 energy. Now we can start digging energy. I'm going to go up here and punch this thief. I'm going to dig some more energy. And then I'm going to use 2 violets to get in here. Energy and a skill point. I want to level up one more time. And then we can grab that skill point. I'm going to dig like this. Let me see. I'll punch this guy for his yellow key. And I will punch up here. Last defense node. Alright, and we punch this guy. Then we can dig. Gonna punch this guy and keep digging. There's a Force Eternal coming up, so I'm just taking all the HP on the map. And then I'm going to be going to the next room. I'll come back for this stuff later. So here's our Eternal. I'm going to use this skill point on this energy wave. So grab this energy wave here, and then we'll use it to get through this room. And I want to get this feather right away, of course. And I'm going to go through this room and just get every available energy. Um, I'm leveling up these energy keys next, so no reason to spend our skill points just yet. And these blues aren't in the budget yet, so we're not going to open that up yet, just getting all the energy we can. And I'm going to grab all the energy in this room, every last bit of it. Don't worry about opening up these violets for skill points yet. That will happen, but not quite yet. I just want every bit of energy I can get. Okay, and now what we're going to do is we're going to just check for energy. I do need this red key. I'm going to grab this energy and then get this red key again. I'm going to use a jump orb to bypass this Berg because there's another Forced Eternal, so I don't want to take the damage from him just yet. I'm going to use the red key to open this door, and the reason we don't use this switch is that blocks our floating gate. We really want to get to that floating gate. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab this one. It makes sure this very important that you get this one here because we want to get access to the energy key. And we'll launch the floating gate with B. Now we go up here and we can grab all of these goodies. And all right, we're going to grab this drop. You grab it from the gate itself like that. And now that we have access to this gate, fast travel is enabled, so we can travel to these rooms with the E, which means we don't care about this floating gate access. I'm going to hit the switch. This blocks off the floating core here, but it gives us a ton of energy. We need these stats, so we're going to take them. This thief hurts. We're not spending our skill points yet, so we take some damage here. It's fine. We grab all the energy we can just to lower the hit on this guy, which we're going to take now. 70,000. It's forced. Grab the rest of the energy in this room. And now we're going to go get our feather, or our scroll, right now. And the way that works is we go back through this guy. We're going to punch one blue shadow for a blue key, level up. Grab the skill points from there and grab one of these violet caches. And then we grab energy key, and then open up this golden feather scroll. And this is really nice because it doubles our XP, and this doubler doesn't care about current feathers. So that means when we get more feathers, it'll be doubled on the new feathers as well. So there's no disadvantage to getting this early. That's going to give us huge tempo. I'll just go grab this glue orb with fast travel. That's just the tutorial orb. And now I'm getting double XP. So the first step is I'm going to punch this guy, just get his equipment. I just want a little bit of equipment value on this. Grab this sword too. It doesn't really matter, but it's nice to have for sure. Okay, and now we're going to look at this next part. Alright, and what I want to do is I want to fast travel to this room, and I'm going to now grab Energy Gate. I'm going to step on this pop, and I'm going to dig some, and I'm going to use a Solar Gate here, and I put a Moon Gate in the starting room. So now I have access in between these, and it doesn't matter that I stepped on that pop. I can still use that room. Alright, and now I need to level up a little bit, so I'm going to do that, and I'm going to I'm going to need to grab one energy wave because I need an energy wave this next room. So here's energy wave. And these guys are still a little bit too dangerous, so I'm going to farm one more level and grab this defense passive here. So let's just farm that level. In this stage, farming levels is really bad for your score. It's always good to delay these guys, but sometimes you don't have a choice. You just kind of have to do it. So now this stuff's all zeros. I can get through this room very cheaply. I'm going to buy these potions just for more stats. And we have the yellow keys right now. That decision ends up costing you quite a bit later on because um, you don't have the yellow keys when you need them later, but the early tempo is too important to not do in my estimation. I'm gonna punch, let's see, I just want to level up. So now I'll take a defense node, this one, that zeros these guys. So I'm gonna kill a couple of them so that I can continue to farm these energies. A few more. So we'll farm the energy. And even one more. Having this energy early is just super important. It helps a lot. Alright, and now this guy is 80,000, so we can go ahead and punch through him. No problem. We'll punch through this guy just to get a little bit more stats, and I'm going to punch through this guy, and we'll just go ahead and go down to the next room. In this room, we're going to need, this is a double energy wave room, so immediately I'm just going to grab both of the energy waves available to us, and wave, wave. This lets me cross through this guy, and I can grab this feather here. Always want feathers. Alright, the other nice thing about this room is we can get a lot of skill points right now. So I'm going to be trading these red keys for skill points. Alright, and I think, oh, I should have grabbed this energy wave instead of buying two there. It should be fine. It should be fine. Alright, so we're going to keep on gathering these stats. I'm going to take attack because I want to get to this 2 defense node. I want to lower this guy's damage to about 100,000, so that'll be the goal over there. Um, the other thing I want to do is I need one more attack level, and then I can launch this core. Alright, so I guess I need blue keys. I'm going to go up here and grab this for the stats and just to have that for later. This guy is only 600. I'm going to have to punch him anyway. And I can go ahead and punch this guy for another skill point. I'm going to grab this, let's see, this to attack. That will let me, I need to punch the yellow shadow. I can punch this core now and get in here. And now I'm going to buy this energy gate. So I already have an energy gate down, but what I can do is I can go cross this pop, and I'll show you how this works. I have a solar gate here, so I'm going to grab this defender and I'm going to put a moon gate right here. So now these rooms are linked up, and I can use the moon gate here to get to this gate. And now I have 2 rooms access. So that's all the gates I'm ever going to place on this map, but this will let us kind of farm both of these rooms as we need them. So that'll be pretty nice. Alright, and we're going to spend some blue keys right now. I want to spend them like this. Get the skill point. I'm going to hold off on this skill point for now. And I'm going to keep on leveling defense. I just want a lot of defense right now. I want to naturally zero this guy right here. So I need about 3,000 more defense. And this guy, I'm about ready to just punch through. So this cost me 170,000 more than I wanted to pay, but I'm just going to do it. And then I get 2 skill points here that I can use on this attack here because I want to go up to this cluster of 2 skill point nodes. So I'm going to grab the attack. Or this one should be I should actually grab this so I can launch this core. And I'm just going to take the 1000 stats here. Okay, and the other thing is I want to get this feather. So I'm going to do that right now. So that's going to be a jump. And then I'm going to just take 180k for this guy. Ow. I'm going to use 2 swaps to pass these breakers and get in here. And that's all we're going to do in this room for now. But we got the feather. Feathers are really good to have. And now we are going to get in here. Grab these jump orbs. And then I'm going to... Let me see here. All right, we'll go ahead and go for this node here. And that looks like this. I just have to go through a couple nodes to get there. I'm going to... Let me think about how I want to do this. Let me just check feathers, make sure there's none that I can get right now. That feather's hard. Um, that feather's impossible. Okay, so let's just punch a few more guys. I actually want to punch this core. That'll get me a level easily. And then I need to get 2 more skill points. And one of those will be here. And one of them will be here. So I need to get some blue keys. And the blue keys are... We'll just punch this thief, and then we can use a jump orb to go through here and grab this blue key and fast travel out. I need 1 more blue key, so let me see where the blue keys are. I think it's a violet for a blue key is what I want to do, but I don't have a violet, but I can get a violet. So we'll just punch violet, punch blue. This will let us get this defense node. Now this guy's dead, and we can go through here. I still want this skill point. Do I? Let me delay this. I have other skill points. I can get the skill point here, and this is a little bit better because I get energy with it. So I'll wait on that skill point in the starting room for now. I want to kill this Violet Shadow to get this energy. And now I want to... Alright, we can just go through this guy now. We need to get to this core is the next step. So I'm going to just take this 100 energy because I need energy. Alright, this core will be really, really big to get to. I have 5 skill points. Alright, I think I want to get 2 attack nodes. That will get me through here right now. And I need probably this node right here. So I need to level up 1 more time or buy a skill point. And looks like buying a skill point is pretty attractive to me right now. So let's see if there's a buyable skill point. 2 reds, these are all very expensive. I could do this one. I think it's time to do this one. Okay, we'll grab... I said this is the one I want. Launching these cores is really, really good. If you're struggling this stage, it's because you're not launching the cores early enough. There's just 1,000 stats up here. Okay, and now we need to get swap orbs. which is just in here. We need red keys, which is here. And is there a red key remaining? Alright, we'll just find it. Hmm. There really is not a red key easily accessible here. Oh boy, alright, that's fine. That means what? That means I have to do it with this jump trick. So I'll just jump right here. That's fine. Now we can get in here. And we use those swaps to go up here. I need to energy wave this room, and then I use a bunch of swaps here. Oops, I don't want that. Don't pick that up. I punch through this guy, and I'm going to swap a bunch of times to get in here. Swap, swap, swap. And I open up these violet blocks, and let's see. Um, I guess this guy is free, so I'll do him first. And I can get this belt, which is really nice to have. Did I level up from this guy? I didn't. Okay, we didn't mess it up. And I'll punch this yellow shadow because I'm not going to be back here for a bit. And then we will go back here. We have exact amounts to use jump, pave, plat, 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 and get this feather. And the next thing we want to do, now we have 2 scrolls, so we're really getting a lot of XP now. Well, not a lot, but a decent amount. We need to get violets in here to get these paves. And there are just violet shadows sitting around. Here's one, here's a second. That will get us this pave cache. With the pave cache, we're going to immediately go to this room, and we're going to spend a jump and 3 paves to grab this feather and this violet key. And that's all we're going to be doing in this room for now. Let's check feathers and see what we want next. That one's hard, that one's hard, that one's hard. All right, we're all cut up on feathers. So the next thing we're going to do is now that we have this equipment, we actually have a pretty good amount of defense per level. And that means that the value of these equipment passives is starting to get higher. So you can see this is 2,500 defense from these passives. So I'm going to grab both of them. So now we're at 30,000 defense. I can, let's see. We're not quite zeroed there. I think I want to farm out just a little bit more. I want this skill point down here for 5,000. And let me go to my energy room. And I will just punch a little bit down here. The next set of nodes I want to go towards, I want this. I just want the energy shield. I just need another skill point, which is, there's one here, but costs quite a bit. We don't have a blue key there yet. We can get a blue key. Alright, so now let's just farm one more level for the energy passive. That should fix all of our problems with basically all of our issues with defense in this early part, or the next room anyway, not the whole early part. So there we go, another defense passive, 32,000 defense. Or that's with the thing, but we can now go through this guy. And this might seem a bit wasteful, but it's going to work out in the budget. We're going to open all of these violet doors right now, or 3 of them. That's just 1,500 energy. It just helps It just helps. That's why we're doing it. It is helpful. All right, now we're going to go through this room. I want to go this way. I don't need the yellow shadows yet. They give XP, so I'm trying to preserve them for later if possible. I'm going to open up this yellow door, jump, and another yellow door to get in here, and get the feather. All right, let's check feathers again. We're still doing great on feathers. I'm going to go this way and grab this skill point. And yep, so I'll just keep on moving through this room. I'll pick up energy that's free. And I'm going to punch this guy because I need to get to this core too. In this room, we're going to spend, oh, we don't have a pave. That is where we're going to buy a pave for this blue. It's going to be right here. Grab this pave. And we'll use this pave to pave everything here. We get our pave back, so we get a bunch of energy, keys, and skill points, so I like to do it like this. I think I did end up using energy wave in this room one time, so I have an energy wave. I'm going to go ahead and do that. I paved through here before, but I think I'd prefer to go this way and just get a little bit more stats to handle this Fine Thief. There's another energy wave there even. And the way we're going to do that is I'm just going to look for... I have 8 skill points, so I should be able to get some stuff. That's going to be this defense passive on this side. And I'm going to work towards this defense passive down here, which is... let's see how I want to do this. I guess it's an energy wave, and I'm just going to pay the next 6 skill points to get to that defense passive. This guy is 300,000. I'm willing to farm before going through him. There's nothing we're getting immediately on that side anyway. Let me check the up rooms to make sure I'm not missing anything. This Mistblade is really nice to get, and we can get that relatively soon as we can beat this Master Slasher, which we can't yet. So let's just farm some mobs that are going to be helpful to us. And those mobs are... You do it like this. We spend 1 jump orb to get a bunch of energy. You actually hit this switch again so that we can have access to this one later. Alright, anything else worth farming? I don't think so. Alright, so we're going to have to farm a little bit, or actually, check my energy room one more time. It's this one. It's this one. I think 30,000 for these guys is a reasonable deal. So let's get in here. This one, 700 is the TRT. This saves a bit right here, because now we can grab this attack passive, and now that discounts this guy. And I'm going to just grab all the energy I can in this room. And I can grab this plat key whenever I want. I don't actually need it yet. This guy's down to 200,000. I'm gonna get this passive before I fight him. So that's just gonna happen. I'm gonna buy this 500 energy too right now. Hopefully it doesn't mess up the plat budget. We'll see. Energy down here that we can just grab. Now we can grab this, the equipment passive. And now 140,000 is probably fine, so we'll punch this guy. I'm going to have to energy wave one time in this room anyway, so I'll go ahead and do that. I want to get this feather as soon as I can. Energy wave one time in this room. And we actually do want to start rushing through here. There is some feathers coming up in the next area that we're going to want. Let's see. I don't want to energy wave this room. So I'm going to take... Oh, I have a 2 skill point defense one. I should have taken that earlier for sure. And I guess I'm just taking this 3 skill point defense passive. That'll zero this guy. So let's see if there's any skill points available that are nice to get. Anything easy? Alright, doesn't look like it, so I think that means we're just gonna farm. I'll farm just a couple guys, one more level up should do the trick. This one's better because there's energy behind him, and there's heavenlies behind him. We'll grab this 3 defense passive. It's kind of on a bad side, but it lets us get through here now. And I'm going to swap this Berg. You might think that you want to swap him back here to have the most room, but since you have fast travel on this map, if you can go to the next area, like this, then I'm no longer blocked from this guy, right? Because I can just fast travel to this room to get this side and from this side. So I have access to both sides forever. So you always want to do swaps in the middle like this. All right, in this room, we're going to go ahead and energy wave a few times. Um, I think this is for, well, I don't know. Let me hold off on a second on this because it's time to use, so it's time to use this mirror orb. This mirror orb, you'd think you want to mirror in here and start doing this room, but I actually don't like to do that on True Pure. I like to just instantly use this mirror right here, and this gets me up 2 plat keys and this feather, and we just fast travel out. So this will block access to this room for quite a while, but as you, like these enemies are pretty strong, and I don't really want to be spamming energy waves to get through here. All right, let me check my feathers though. This feather should be done right now. So I'm gonna do that. This should not be delayed. This guy's actually too strong for me, so maybe we are gonna delay it until we can zero him. I don't want to spend another energy wave in this room. Okay, that is fine. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna look at, yes, yes, so this is good. We want to get this Mistblade now. And I think we can just do it. I need one more swap orb. So let me see where my swaps are. It's this one here, which means I need a red key, and the red key is where? Where can we find a red key? It's in here? Is that the only red key? I'd like to not go in there if I can help it. Oh, right here. That is perfect. So violet for a red, then we'll do a red. We can do a blue for a swap actually, and then we'll go in this room, and this is, let me count. So swap here, and we have pave, pave, pave. Okay, this all works out. So swap the 500 energy. Did I ever... I never got this 500 energy. Alright, remind me to do that. Let's make sure we get that energy. We have to go this way first because we want to grab this pave, and we won't be able to come back after we go through here. But other than that, I am taking minimum kills. I'm going to pave into here. I'm going to punch through this guy. I'm going to open the plat door. I'm going to just trade. The Crimson Oath isn't. It's possibly good. We were talking about this on Discord to see if there was some way that we could score on it by taking like these energy key crimson passives. You actually get 2 crimson keys every time you use a key. So you could potentially get like 800 crimson keys if you focused on this. But we're not going to do that on this route. So we are not going to worry about that. We're just going to burn the Crimson Oath. And I just want to get these skill points, and I'll grab the Mist Blade now, which is pretty good amount of attack increase. And then we are going to fast travel out. We're going to grab this energy, and we are going to not forget this energy here. Okay, armed with Mist Blade, these guys are almost zeroed. We have skill points, so that's going to be... let me see. I think I just want to do it like this. These guys aren't quite zeroed. They're really close to being zeroed. This will just be a farm one more level. Um, I think I should just take the 300,000 and get in here. And we're going to pave for this passive. Swapping for this skill point is appealing, but swaps just don't exist on this level, so we're not going to. We'll just take the 1 feather. We'll be back for this feather later. Don't worry about that. And let's check the feather situation and see what's realistic. This feather is not realistic yet. It costs too many swaps, which we don't have yet. We are not getting in there for a while. Um, we'll go ahead and grab this defense passive that will hard zero these guys, and we can just walk straight through into this room. Here we're going to get... We have to use Energy Wave enough times to kill this core. We're trying to get to the C1 area for our Mega Energy, so we are just going to take some Energy Waves. The position doesn't matter too much because we're going to be taking basically all the energy waves on the grid to push through this next part as fast as possible. Okay, it looks like we are going to have to farm some more enemies. So that's going to be these enemies in here. And I believe these enemies in here as well. And now we're going to go back to this room. I'm going to keep on energy waving until this core is killable, which is 1 more. Or, let me see. Is it, that gives... I mean, it just has to be another energy wave, I think. So let's just grab 1 more. 5 waves here, that'll zero this room out. I can smash this core. And we're not going to use this Mega Energy to open up this next area, which is what you kind of have to do, but we're not gonna. I'm just digging for meaningless stats. The stats don't really matter anymore. And all right. Now I need to launch this. So I need to smash 1 more core, which is this one. And then I need to buy 4 of these energy floats. So that launches it to 20. And I think I just have to get the other one from the grid. I don't think there's any energy floats that are very accessible right now. Yeah, so we just gotta farm. Let's check for skill points, I guess, because we would like to get skill points. Alright, these are not super realistic. I guess I could use a jump to get these 2 skill points. That's kind of appealing. I don't know what this does to the budget. I think it's bad for the jump budget, but let's do it. The fewer enemies we have to kill right now, the more we can save for later. So I prefer to get things that give skill points or energy. So let's farm this energy because it's energy, and that'll just reduce the damage we take going through this next stream. I guess I'm fine to buy that platinum now since I have a lot of blues. There is energy right here, but doesn't look like we can afford it just yet. Or skill points, I mean. Alright, I guess I'm going to pay this pave for this skill points up here. And I don't think I'm getting to the left side of the room, so let me do this just for energy. And let's see if we can do this now. So we have to pay 2 more. We can launch our core. And now we have to get through this room, which we're going to have to basically just grab all of these that we can for this. The problem is this guy right here is really powerful. So we need to get enough of these that we can kill the legendary Berg, which means that we're back to farming. Yep. This is just some forced kills. If you had a little bit higher stats, if you're doing your own run and you have the stats, just go in there now and clear that room. Please feel free. The less enemies you kill in this position, the better off you will be. I do have to get in here for a violet, so I will just go ahead and pay a violet to get in here. This should be enough farming just from these guys. Alright, let's see here. Okay, so this guy's still 3 million. Um, yeah, it takes a lot of energy waves to get in there. Alright, let's get in here and just grab the energy because it's energy, and this energy because it's energy. And then let's get back here and energy wave these guys. I will get some XP in the room. 900,000, 2 million. I don't know. I feel like I need one more. I actually just need to get one more skill point from either leveling up or from the ground before I get in there. I think I was gonna just fall just flat if I don't. So let me just kill this Berg. And we'll grab, I mean, I should have gotten that earlier probably, but let's just get this done. All right, now I'm pretty sure we're good to go. I'm gonna take minimum kills in here, and I'll take more kills if I need them. We're getting some more XP pretty soon, so min kills is always the way. All right, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take this crown, and I'm just gonna tank this guy to the face. And I'm just going to tank this guy to the face. HP is meaningless. It's not a real stat. I don't actually care about it. I will have to open up all these switches, and now if we fast travel out of the room, we can go to C1. And in C1, we get energy and mega energy. So mega energy, what this does is if we press R, we can choose any of these things. They're all amazing. This one kind of sucks, but all of these are really, really good. The Poptail is probably my favorite one. It's the best one. Um, Lotus shoes are also really good, but the Poptail, since we've been very careful about keeping these pops unpopped, except for where we have gates on the upper towers, um, we'll be able to finally access all of these rooms freely. And this is in the second slot, and it actually gives quite a lot of defense because we have so many equipment passives. So this is where we get to start actually playing the tower. Okay, we're gonna go get these skill points here. We need all the skill points we can get. And let's see, we also need to get these paves right here. So let's first head to the paves. That's 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to head to the shadow room. And actually, let me go, before I kill any mobs, let me just go to every upper room and see if there's any free things that I should be getting with the Poptail, since we have full access to this area now. Okay, this stuff is free things. I don't actually have access to those yet. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to head to the shadow room because I want to... Alright, there we go. I'm going to go ahead and buy this. And then I'm going to go back to this room. I'm going to jump in, triple pave this. And I'm going to go ahead and clean up the room while I'm here. We won't be coming back here until cleanup. So let's just get these guys dead. And then 2000% XP multiplier is a pretty good spot. Let's go ahead and grab this XP multiplier. And then let's go ahead and... The next thing I want to do is I want to launch this core. So I'm going to grab this energy float and launch it. 500 energy here. That feather down there is actually very, very difficult. So we're not going to be launching, or sorry, launch. We're not going to be getting this feather for a little bit. Instead, we're going to... So this feather right here requires a legendary ranger. This one requires a general ranger. So we already have the defense. We're going to focus all our skills on attack, and we're just going to get these cheap attack nodes so we can get that additional feather. And the enemies I'm going to farm are going to be in the shadow room because I need a bunch of keys, and also there's just a bunch of goodies in this room. The stats in this level are super inflated, but there's still thousands of stats in this room, and I want stats. Alright, let's see if that's enough to kill this guy. 4,000 more. Alright, I have some... The reason I'm not getting this energy sword, which is really good, is I just don't want to path through the defense because I only care about attack right now because I'm just trying to get this feather. Alright, let me keep on going through these shadows. Just gonna check this every time I level up, see where we're at with this guy. 1,000 more attacks, so we're almost there. We might get there before even leveling up again, just from all these books. Not quite, but we'll get there right now with these. Alright, that's this room, sorry. So we'll go through here. I'll swap the slasher. Alright, and now the next step is I'm going to be going for violet keys, and I want this feather right here, which just requires a legendary ranger kill. Um, and that requires a bit of just stats in general. I'm curious what this poison sword does to my stat line. It's actually pretty good. It gives quite a few stats. I wonder if that's worth it. I haven't routed this in, so I'm not gonna experiment with that live. All right, so let me just get some paves here. And we're gonna start smashing some of the cores. We're gonna have to kill these guys anyway because we need to get this floating portal right here launched. So we need 2 more kills of cores. And I'm thinking that, yeah, we'll just keep on taking these attack levels until we can get through this Legendary Ranger. I guess we'll clear to the Legendary Ranger because we'll have to do that anyway. They're not zeroed. We don't have the defense for it, so um, I'm just going to get the skill points here. And surely now I can take this attack node and they're 500,000. Honestly, for 500,000, I'll just pay it. It's more than I paid last time, but I don't really care. I get this feather. And let's see. I need to smash cores. This core, and I think it is this core right here. This guy's 200,000, 100,000 there. Um, I'll go towards this equipment thing in the top. These things are 200,000, and we smash that core. Now we can launch this floating gate. Let me buy one. Let's see. I'm going to buy this one for 2 and launch. And I'm going to go down here to get skill points because I can't punch this guy yet. So, um, still no on him. I'm probably... Alright, let me see about this. I want to get that feather as soon as possible. So, maybe I just want to grab this one. He's not zeroed on defense yet. So maybe I'll just grab this, and then I'll grab... let me just do it like this. This will get me the skill points. I can go back to this area. Okay, this should be fine, 50,000. I'm fine paying. And then we'll go down here. I need to get a swap orb, which it's not this one. There should be cheaper ones. I think, did I not get the one for red at the start? Aha. Now we can just pave here. And we can swap the feather and pour it out. And then I'm out of digs now, which is kind of surprising since this level is impossible to run out of digs. But, you know, that's just how it is, I suppose. We're just doing the impossible by running out of digs here. This one I don't want to open. This one I do. Alright. the next step is I want to get towards this feather in this room right here. And this one is very tricky to get because these enemies down here are dangerous the further down you go in this room. So if I can get through this legendary breaker, I can just spend 3 swaps, which I think sounds good. I think I opened this feather too late last time, and the other run, 156, seems insanely late. Alright, let's see what we can do about this. I don't want to use an energy wave here because I'm running out of energy waves and I won't be able to get more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just get stats. Paves, I have paves here. Maybe I want this pave too. Maybe I will double pave this. Let's see what the best way is to do this. Alright, I think we're going to go around this way. And I really don't think I can energy wave this room, but I can take 1,000,000 damage here. I'm not too worried about that. I think I'm taking a little bit too much damage here, but not by a ton. Like I'm very close to having this be acceptable. I have these defense passives down here. These breaker stat lines are just terrifying. So let's see. Attack lowers him by very slightly. Defense lowers him by very slightly. So there's just no good stat to get through these breakers. But I really want to brute force and get this feather. Alright, let me grab this swap. Let me punch this guy. Let me grab this. And what we're going to do is the stat that actually gets through these guys is HP. So this is going to seem crazy to you guys, but I'm going to go ahead and take I'm just going to tank him for 6 million. Ow. Alright, now I'm going to swap this guy. I'm going to buy this swap, and I'm going to swap this guy. And now I'm going to get this feather, and I'm going to be really sad about that. And I'm stuck in here, but we can fast travel out, so let's do that. And we want to launch this core, I think. So that's going to be the last 2 launches on the board. So let's see what that looks like. Let's get all the free energy in here. Maybe we should have done that before hitting that guy for 6 million. Yeah, that probably would have been a good idea, huh? Alright, let's go ahead and I think we should be fine to launch this one. I hope this doesn't brick us. Alright, this is our last energy float. And there is a feather there, so let's just go ahead and get that. I'll just pay... I'm going to use this pay because I'm low on HP and I want this energy. I don't care about preserving the badges. Their value is very, very low. Alright. And now I'm just going to clear these for a very minor stat, some orbs that I need to refill on, and some XP that I know I'm going to need. The next step, now that we have all of this XP, is we're going to go back to our shadow room, and we are going to punch violet shadows. How many do we need? We're going to go through here to get this mega energy that we uh, didn't have before. We're going to go to this room, and maybe I should have done this before I punched that guy, but we're going to make this work. This Treasured Swords is just a ton of stats. It's really good in this level. Alright, and now with all that in hand, we need one more platinum key. Let me see what the best way is to get this. Yeah, it's not any of those guys. I can't beat the plat shadows yet. So we'll just trade our violet in this room. Before I pick this up, let me clear that path out. So let me grab some red keys. Just like that. And then we'll go through here. I killed one more than I needed. I'm not going to undo it. And now we'll grab the Treasured Sword. And with the Treasured Sword in hand, we should be about ready to push onward. So now we use that Mega Energy that we got before, and we are going to open this up. We use one energy wave in this room, and this Legendary Thief hurts a lot, so we're going to try to do something about that. Still does... still does 1.5 million. I think we have to farm something here. We can't take 1.5 million after the 6 million that we already took. So let's farm things that give energy. Alright, I'm not sure what's going to be the best value against that thief. Probably just another one of these 4 attack nodes. So let's do that. Sorry, it's this room. Fast travel out. I'm just going to farm energy here. There's a 4 attack node. Let's see what that looks like in this room. 1.2 million. Let's pay 1.2 million. I'm going to show you guys that HP doesn't matter. I'm going to take these insane hits, and we're going to somehow not die to it. I'm not sure how yet, but we're going to find a way to not die to it. The Nexus is a consideration, and as soon as we get... we could do the Nexus right now, actually. Let's do the Nexus. So we've got that feather. So we need to get a bunch of violet keys. And we just used a bunch of violet keys, but we need a bunch more. And I think we are going to... swapping that guy's insane, especially this late. Alright, let's just go farm violet keys. We need... The reason we're doing that is we need to get through this for 6 violet keys, which... let's see. I don't think there's any great concentrations of them. They're around. We have to go We have to go hunt them down. And here, but we don't really have the platinums either. So there are 3 more here. So let's grab these. We need 6. We can't get through the platinum shadow yet. So what about here? Yeah, this place has 1 violet we can use. Um, that's good anyway. We want to get this skill point. This thing's fine. Dig up this energy. Sure, I'll take 1 more attack node. Looking for those violet keys. Star Ranger is... these stat lines in here are just... they're very funny. I think, am I gonna have to... Am I gonna be forced to punch through that Star Ranger? I think I might. I think the answer is maybe. 500,000. Yeah, that one's fake. Everything hurts so badly. This one. That one is one we can realistically do. Alright, and then I suppose we are just going through the Star Ranger at this point. Alright. Let's see, but this isn't sufficient. We also need this Blizzard Orb right here. So I guess we have to scale through little plat shadows at least, which means I need defense passives. So I'll just take these defense passives and try to scale through these guys. There's violet keys in the next room, so I guess I want to push on now. Take a ton of damage for this. Alright, I'm back to farming a little bit. Let me check this. I feel like I haven't been here for a while, so there's probably some stuff to farm. I probably want to do this like this. And I guess I want to get in here and get this skill point. I can keep on taking these defense nodes. And this node is probably why I'm taking so much damage, because I forgot to get that. So let's just take that now before I forget. Yeah, I mean, this is, okay. I can preserve this platinum key if I go around, but I don't really want to. Alright, we're almost ready for these Star Shadows. We need a 4 defense passive, and they should be reasonable. So let's check our skill points. That's a skill point we can do. This is fine. There's skill points up here. $300,000. Let's farm these guys, and then I can hit this switch. Let me hit this floating core. Alright. The little plat shadows are 200,000 now, which I'll just go ahead and pay so I can push my tempo. Alright, there's a little plat shadow right here. And let's see, I can go ahead and buy 2 more plat keys, and then I'll use this to buy the blizzard orb. Now that I have 2 blizzard orbs, the way this works is you freeze this room, and we'll grab all this energy now that we freeze this room. I guess I should have done that right away, but that's okay. Make sure you don't pick up any ice keys. Ice keys are exact in this route, so you can't waste any. And we're just getting energy to bulk up a little bit. Alright, and then we're going to go to the metal room, which we haven't been to since this is true pure. And we'll go in here. You're going to blizzard this room first, then go back to this room. Fast travel is really nice because you can fast travel between frozen rooms. So I can go directly to this room, not that room, this room, and keep my ice key. We'll jump over these Starbergs, and you can swap in here to grab the feather, and then fast travel out to grab the energy. And alright, and we're gonna be going through here. I'm probably gonna just hit this guy for 1,000,000. What we're gonna want to do is we're gonna want to just what are we gonna want to do? I'm gonna go ahead and trade a violet key for this crown in this room, which, sorry, you have to go to this one with the way I have it set up. We're just going to do that to get enough HP. We're going to spend our HP to punch over this guy. I guess I should have dug that up earlier. Alright, and then we're going to just punch the start here. Take a little bit of damage. Make sure you go to this room first so that you get the exploration. And then we're going to swap this guy and jump down for the feather. And then we will fast travel into this last room. And then we're going to grab this mirror orb and immediately exit and go back to this room. And we're going to mirror in now. And let's see. This guy is 1.5 million. Let me just grab the last stats on our board, and I will just pay the 1.5 million to get through these guys. HP doesn't exist, remember that. It's a fake stat. If you go over here, that means that we can travel back in here, so we have to mirror in every time. It'll just be good for us. Yeah, we'll just punch through this guy, and this guy's 2 million. Um, so this is kind of a waste. Oh, I didn't get this point in the very middle. Probably would have helped. But it doesn't matter. Watch this. We're just gonna buy HP. These things give so much HP and they give more and more HP. It's a little bit bad for our end scores since we want these skill points for other stuff later, but this is what you can do if you have lower resources is you just pay in blood for everything. All right, we have we'll just use 5 of these things. This is the last time we're gonna need these for a while. So we'll just run through this room, grabbing these skill points on the way. And then we're actually going to go in here. We need to kill... Alright, and now we're not going to spend our skill points on much for a while. And we are going to launch this core. I think there should be one more core we can destroy that will... It's just this one. Let me see. Maybe there's 5 cores I'm supposed to destroy here. Let's see. Alright, so we can destroy this one as soon as we find 3 red keys. So let me look for that. Are there red keys left in here? Yep. So that's this one. And we'll go ahead and get in here and blow up this core. And we can't get there yet. Alright. Let me just check my feather situation one more time. Alright, so this is great. We're going to come into this room, and I'm going to... We need a pave, so I'm going to go to my... Oh, no paves left here. I think I left paves here for red keys, which I don't have again. So let me just go find some red shadows. Yep, he has one. That should be fine for now. We're going to buy a pave right here. And we'll pave down to this area. I'm going to just swap this guy for the reclaim. And I'm going to want to use the reclaim right here to get this feather without swapping this guy and grab this energy key. And I'm going to use a couple of these. And I'm just going to run through these guys, pay 3 million, doesn't matter. Well, it matters, but um, it's positive for us. All right, so these gray cores, let's look at these. They are killable now. So again, I just need to find 4 red keys for that. Let's smush these gray looking cores. I'm just going to fast travel between them. Here's a gray looking core. And this one, well, we need some red keys, so let's go find them, I guess. It actually has to be this one, I think. This is not a real core. Alright, fine, let's go find red keys. We need 4 of them. There's 4 red keys. we'll go ahead and open this up, smash this core, and now we are going to try to launch this floating gate. So we need a plat key for this. I think we have a plat key. Let me just find it. I think we can beat plat shadows now, so I believe we can beat this plat shadow. We're going to use this to open up this node. That gets us 2 of these things. And then we're going to spend 1 jump here to grab 2 more of these things. And then we're going to go to here and we launch this. All right. And now what we're going to do is that the energy key that we got. I'm just going to dig all of this energy just to have it. We have lots of digs now. We're actually going to hit this unjammer and we're going to hop into C2 just like this. All right, there's currently a bug. I'll show you what that is that you can't fast travel into here because we seed in instead of walked in. Hopefully that gets fixed. If you guys are watching this in the future, you're just going to be up. You're going to be up tempo on me because you won't have to spend a jump every time you come in here. I'll go ahead and just spend some blue keys here and some yellow keys since I have them. And we're going to, let's see, I think I want this crown for 2 hearts, for 2 SP, and then we'll reset the board. And it turns out I did have more energy waves that I could have taken. We'll see how it works out. But I want to reset the board and I want to get stats. Stats are what I like to have. And the next thing I want to do, that's all we'll do in this room. I want to launch this core next. So let me just get a bunch of attacks so I can punch. If I can get 250,000 attack, I can punch through. Um, I'm going to do it like this. Okay. I think I actually just want to launch this and waste one. Um, so I need 6 for here. And that's the last one that I need. So I have 1 here I can get. That's 2. All right, let's just launch it. Let me not just launch it. Let me look at. Let me look at these cores. So this one is smashable. So let's smush this one. Um, this one is smashable. This one is smashable. We did an energy wave in here, so it's not actually smashable. This one is smashable. If I had a yellow key. The key situation in this tower is miserable. It's fine. There's yellow keys to be found, guys. I just don't have one right now. Now I do. Alright, smush this core. And... Alright, let's launch this one now. And we have absolutely no keys. We're going to buy this because we can trade violets for platinum, so that's just always positive. That's always a positive trade. We are going to just go through here. This will get us a few keys that we want, and we will swap this feather and fast travel back to the same room to grab the feather. And we will just buy a pave in this room since we have it. We're going to pave this feather. All right. So let me look at the feather situation now. All right, that's all good. So that means that the next step is we want to launch this core. And we're going to need this one. Let's go back to looking at these. We're going to need this one. We're going to need this. So that's 4. All right, so we're going to... Let's see. So probably we want 5. We want to smash 2 more cores if we are able to. I'm just trying to find if we use energy wave in any of these rooms. This one is not smashable. This one is smashable, but this guy's in the way. All right, let's just do it like this. I'm just gonna grab this and we'll launch here. And now we're going to be going straight for the Dreamer, because you can see our feathers are done. They're only the Nexus that we have feathers, so we're going to be working on that. We'll be taking some huge hits going through here, but I don't really care. Yep, we just go straight through. I'm going to be going towards... These HP nodes are actually going to be really nice for us because they are going to allow us to just bleed off huge amounts of HP to bosses. And let me undo this and just grab this feather. Just enough digs to make that happen. And in this room, we are going to... There's this Bladeless Claymore, but we're going to be delaying that. Let me undo this, actually. And let me go for the feather right away, just to get a little bit more XP. So we'll just go around the outside here. Grab the feather. I'm going to swap this guy and fast travel back to this room. And I'll just pay the platinum to get in here. Get the energy. And we'll open these, and I think that should be enough to launch. We need to smash 1 core, and I think we actually can smash green cores now. So there's one right here to smash. That will launch this one. Alright, and now we just have to make it to the Dreamer. So once again, we need a gazillion red keys. Let's go get some red keys. Not those. I guess there's still some red shadows in here. We'll just kill them. And... Alright, I just need to get 2 paves now, and where are paves left? There's a pave here. For a red key. Well... Alright, let's go find some red keys. Alright, here's a red key. need one more pave. The orb economy is just always awful in this tower. On True Pure. Alright. We double pave this. And this guy does 22 million. And you might be thinking, well, that's quite a lot of damage, but the thing you have to remember is that HP is not a real stat. I'm going to have to energy wave a little bit in this room because it's because of this guy right here. Alright, I need to find a swap orb because orbs don't exist in this tower. I'm going to swap the feather and fast travel out. Alright, and now I'm going to just run straight in here. Run straight in. Okay, I'm going to use enough energy waves to zero this, or just get through the Kronberg. So that's going to be up here, energy waves. I think it's like 7 that I want to use. The Dreamer has more energy than we do, so we are powering him up by energy waving here, but I guess that's just how it's gonna be. Alright, let's grab some crowns if we can. This crown is reclaimed. That's a pretty decent reclaim. We don't have plat keys, they don't exist. No keys actually exist in this tower. That crown is fake. That crown is fake. All these crowns are all completely fake. This is real. Well, it's actually not very real. Alright. What we're gonna do in that case is we'll just get one more energy wave. Or maybe that equipment is enough. That's fine. We'll pay that for him. Alright. The next step is we're going to open up all these plat doors, so we want to do this. We want to kill the weakest monsters that we can. So let's see if there's any good violet keys. Alright, whatever. We need one more violet key. That guy's kind of far away. I just want a... Alright, here's a violet key. Sure, why not? And we'll trade that in for a platinum, and we'll open up this right here. Okay. The next step is we're going to try to get through this room. And before I do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to punch this guy for his feather. And I'm going to have to end up taking a crown. We're just going to take 18 million. Remember that HP is not real. It can't hurt you. And then we're going to buy like this to get some crowns. And we're going to punch this guy. And we're going to punch this guy. Alright, we're going to go that way. One, two, three, four. Okay, and with those guys punched through, now we're going to go to this room and we're going to kill these guys and we're going to use equipment for the rest of these guys, for the rest of these bosses. So punch through here, level up. We're going to get some defense that way. We're going to go back to this room, grab some equip, punch through this guy, level up. Let's see what I want to get. This. Alright, and then same thing. Grab more equipment, and we're going to punch this guy. And then the Dreamer is a big wall of stats. So we'll get another set of stuff. And we are going to kill this guy, but we need to get a little bit more HP because, of course, we do. So we'll grab this crown and we'll grab a drop and we'll grab one attack because we need to get to these energy stones. So let's go ahead and punch the Dreamer. This gets us a Mega Energy, and it kills the Dreamer, which is always good. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go through the Yellow Clown. So let me just make a save here. So to kill the Yellow Clown, we need another Blizzard Orb, we need a Seal, and that's kind of it. So I'm going to swap. I'm not picking up this feather for a reason. We're going to get some more XP first. And I'm going to grab this belt and this reverence just to have some level up equipment. And yeah, I don't... Yeah, that's fine. Get a little bit of level up value on that. And then we need to get this Mega Energy, or Energy Keys. I get those mixed up. So we have these two. We're going to use one of them for the Blizzard Orb, and the other one for the Seal, right here. Then the next step is we're going to go to the Yellow Clown, who is... We haven't been there before. So we're going to... 3 million? I mean, 3 million's a lot, but you have to remember, HP is not real. Alright, we'll open up one key here, and then I'm going to seal and blizzard the room. And then we have these ice keys from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the ice keys are exactly right. Oops, wrong one. And we will open up all of these. Now we just need 2 Mega Energy. And shout out to Soul in Discord. He had this amazing discovery that you can mirror onto this Dreamer tile. So in a non-true pure run, if you guys are doing this yourself, use Glitch Return, open up both of these, and use the seal to just mirror over here. That skips over 2 of these energies, which is a huge positive. But there's simply no way to get another seal or another return on True Pure. So we're going to have to go get 2 energy, and that is these 2 energies on the grid. So we need skill points. So we're going to go back to skill point hunting and do this as efficiently as we can. So this guy's worth 1,000. It's actually cheaper on XP to just go through him. Alright. We need to... Blue and red. I think... Where is it? blue. Let me be really careful about these kills now, because they matter a lot. Because I don't need any levels. I want to take minimum levels here. Alright, so we'll go here. Here is what I meant. And we open blue, red, violet. Get these skill points. That one I don't want to open. So for red keys, I can get a lot of skill points here. There's one that I can get just there. Let me get some red keys. Yeah, there's a red shadow there. Okay, there's a red key. And I go like this. Just need 4 more. Okay, here's some red keys. Let's grab that. That guy and that guy. And now we can get here and here. And there's our 4 red keys. Our 4 skill points. Now we can get this. We can open up both of these doors. And now we're going to swap back to this stuff. And I'm going to go ahead and take mirror. I'm not sure if this guy's supposed to have Laplace's mirror or not, but we can take it now anyway. We're going to smite him and get this unlock. And we'll get this energy back. And now I'm going to swap to, we're going to go back to this room, and I'm going to pick up the Everbloom. And I know this Bladeless is here, and it's really appealing, but we're not going to do it just yet. Instead, we are going to, we're going to put on the Reversal Sword right here. And the reason for this is we are going to, the next step is we are looking for cores to kill. So well, first of all, actually, we're going to go here. We use a Mega Energy to get in there. And we are going to swap these clowns. So we got 3 seals from the yellow clown. So swap this guy. Fast travel back to the clown room. Use a Great Tribe seal. Swap this guy. Get his feather. With these feathers, we're going to get the doubler. And then we need 1 more Pave Orb, so let's find that. There's a lot of Pave Orbs here, so I think we are going to just punch one of these guys for a Pave Orb. We're going to use jump over this guy again because we have to. We're going to use our last seal and a Pave Orb. If you're playing this on yourself, this is a great level the way. You get in here. It would be really good. Definitely what you want to do. And I will go ahead and buy this skill point. And now we are going to go core hunting. All right, so we're going to get as much attack as we can, which is going to be these energy sword passives are definitely the ones we want. So we'll get that as we go around looking for cores. So here's this core. Go through here. The reason why we're not taking the bladeless yet is we're going to want to use a stronger weapon for the yellow clown. I'm just getting a yellow key up here, or the violet clown. He's very powerful, the violet clown is. So you really need a lot of power to get through him. Again, if you're not doing this on True Pure, you can indom him and just kill him is a pretty good use of indom. Well, you still need quite a bit of stats to do that, but indom and overdrive both really mess him up. The violet clown is in this area right here. He needs altitude 40 on this gate, and it's jammed, so you can't use the launchers. All right, and we can beat up these cores too. All right. I'm just taking all of the attack passives on the board because I want to get up to 500,000 attack so that I can get through these cores. We're 20,000 off. Um, so what we can actually do, let me see how, so we can get 10,000 from these. In this room right here, we can grab these two, and we'll use them just to we can punch these guys now. I'm just gonna try to get my attack up. My attack's not actually that high because that's an energy wave room. I need a blue key, and those exist somewhere. Never any keys. Alright, I'll just use the item check. And there's one over there. There's one right here. Okay, fine. We can smash this core with that. Just 5 more cores to smash and we can access the clown. Okay, we have 8 skill points, so surely we can get there. Alright, I guess I'm just leveling up here. And taking one more. I don't have to do that. I didn't see I had a 3 right here. Alright, and now we can smash all the floating cores. Have to go through this guy, smash this one. I'm actually going to spend a jump to get through here. Smash this one, smash this one, and smash this one. Alright. And that gets us access to the Violet Clown. And this is the last hurdle for the tower. So we're going to kill him right now. That much I will tell you. How we're going to do that, I'm not completely sure yet. Let's see. probably we're just going to take a whole ton. Oh, we kill these guys first, actually. So let's look at what these guys do. I got the mirror already. Alright, so we're going to be taking... We definitely want this equip. And probably we just have to take these drops. These drops are a lot of HP. Okay, we're a little bit low level. We've done a really good job preserving kills. So if we can get through this, we'll put ourselves in a really good spot, but it might be hard to get through this. So let me just check one thing. All right, I will go ahead and I will just buy 1 crown for a reclaim here. And I'll just pay 70 million and grab this unlock, grab this feather, grab this mega. And then I'm going to use all of this on HP, which is wasteful for end score, but you're going to see we can just refill our HP so quickly because these are more valuable every time we buy another one. This is better, better. And then I'm going to grab this Celestial Badge instead of a Celt and another Cane. And you can see we can already beat this guy, so... I'm gonna take... I don't want any of these passives. I'm just gonna smash him. I got Last Inflator W. I'll take this. I'll take the Mega Energy. I'm gonna level up 14 times. I'm going to grab another cane. And we're going to head to the Violet Clown. And he is hitting us for 200 million. So that's pretty terrifying. I think I don't care. I think the trick to this guy is we are just going to ignore him. I'm going to get HP here. I'm just going to get 200 million life. That's all there is to it. I'm going to use 1 mega on an reload, and I'm going to go ahead and reset the board. And then on the new board, I have 18 points to play with. I'm going to grab this, and I'm going to... I have 15 points. I want to get the crowns, and I want to get a bunch of drops. So that's going to be this way. No, it's not. Let me think about this. I think I want this drop node. I'm going to go up here. Alright, and... Aha! We survive. Remember, HP on this tower does not exist. HP is fake. It is not a real stat. So we'll get this unlock. That's the violet key. And now what we're going to do is I'm going to make a save. And we're going to do a little split save to get all the unlocks in the tower. Alright, so the only unlock I'm actually worried about is this one, that's 10 reclaims. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just get that, and then I'll return to this save here. So to get that, I'm going to need to get some reclaims, and I'm going to need... Alright, I have mega points. I'm just going to grab this. I'm going to go to the clown room. I'm going to grab this. I'm going to grab this. Now I just need 4 um, of these, and I will have the... Alright, we're just going to grab the bladeless. Where is it? It's right here. And we're going to level up a bunch. Just going to shift E for levels. All this is doing is I'm going to get these energy stones and then... Oh, I just don't have enough. Alright. We're going to use these energy stones to buy this moon orb. We'll rip the moon orb. And we'll reclaim this 10 times. So there's new, and that's all I had to do. We're going to load back in. And now with that unlock out of the way, we're going to just go to normal cleanup. And the way this is going to look is we're going to we're going to grab the bladeless right here. And we're going to grab the prism shield and just level up a bunch. Alright, and we're going to rush all of these nodes here. The only things that matter is... I think I'd like to save like that. That's how I want to do that for sure. And then... Alright, so we need these. And we need these paves. So let me do it like this. This will be pretty good. Our goal right now is we want to get this long chain opened here. So let's see. There is a make energy here for paves. That's why I wanted the paves. And let's look at our skill points here. There's all of these. So let's see if we can get some keys here. And let's see. Alright, this will be our yellows. And we can get a blue here. And let's go this way. Okay, just need 2 skill points. I think we should trade a blue here. And that will get us this. And this. So that's 4. And now we can grab this. Alright, and the megas are missing are this one, and then there's one for 3 platinum keys in the Violet Clown Room. Let's see where we can find those platinum or those violet keys. 1, 2, 3, and then we will go to this one and buy 3 plats. And we will use the plats in the VC room to get this. And now we have the max XP multiplier, and we're ready to really just sweep the tower. All right, so from this point on, we're just going to be... let me turn on mouse avoid. I'm going to avoid the cont items. And beyond that, we're just going to shift D through here. I'll go ahead and take these, just so I can get to these enemies. Won't have the keys to... I mean, I guess I can do this one from behind. And save one more badge for later for extraordinarily meaningless stats. The only thing that matters is skill points. Skill points, energy to a lesser extent, but mainly it's skill points for weapon passives. I think we pave this. Seems good. We can reclaim in here, but we don't have red keys still, so we've gotta get some keys. I guess I'll dig this up. This is not more keys. I don't know why I'm leveling up, actually. I still don't have any keys, so I'm not really totally sure what I'm doing. Alright, let's just shift E through here, find... Sure, there's some keys lying around somewhere. We definitely want to get access to all the enemies we can. This, we can actually do a reclaim and a jump to hit this switch. And that will save us some violet keys. We can continue to shift E through the tower. Okay, some minor keys in this room. Maybe this is the area where we're finally going to get some keys. I'll just grab these. I'm going to swap that energy. That's so weird swapping into the air. Alright. There we go. Those enemies are dead. suppose you pay a red to go this way. I guess it didn't matter which direction we paid that. Okay, and then we got to get some jump orbs, which are just going to be through here, because we have to grab this glory orb anyway. So we might as well go through there. We can trade some plats for some violets. Alright, and that will get us the jumps we need to play the tower. We want to do it like this. You can jump for the 500 energy, and then you can jump over here, clear that out, and you can just reset it and go again. Jump for those guys. Fast travel is really, really nice for... It's really, really nice. Let's just put it that way. Alright. We had a 10th of a level with those enemies we managed to save in the first room. Super worth. This core is actually worth quite a lot. It's the last core we had on the map. And let's spend a couple jumps to get into here and here. And guys, this is just a really simple process. I'm just going into every single room with enemies and I'm killing all the enemies. They had 573 was the practice run. So we're trying to get higher than that um, in terms of end level. All these guys that we clean up, I mean, I was joking about the 1/10 of a level, but it really is adding up. Like we're getting a full end level for some of these rooms that we left behind, which is really, really good. It's actually really, really good. End levels, this tower scales exceptionally well with level. All right, we need all the skill points we can possibly get. Yeah, need to kill everything in here. This will be a reclaim to grab this crown. And we're just gonna kill everything in here, dig everything, loot everything. We'll leave the badges behind for extremely minor value. My favorite kind of value. And we'll pay a couple yellows to get into here. Alright, what still has enemies? This one does. That was our portal. We're probably going to end up buying this energy because energy is really good. So let me go ahead and buy that now. Alright, we are almost done. This room. So in this room, the way you want to do it is you want to use your swaps here and swap the digs because the digs are meaningless. The digs are always going to get left behind. And I can actually use jumps for these last two. And I'll probably be able to get some very minor value out of that, so I'll come back there. I think I have the orbs now. So why not get a little tiny bit of value? We have this room. I wish there was a shifty thing to dig, like if you try to dig all the blocks too. It'd be really nice for situations like this. All right. And what's left? These guys are left. Two final slashers still. And we barely get the in level. That's perfect. All right, so we were going for, what was it? 573. We're going to do a little bit better than that, I think. All right, let's level up a whole bunch on Azure Prism just because it has extraordinarily minor value. And we have our 3 glory orbs, so we'll use those higher in level than the practice run, which is great. Let me turn off the mouse avoid for this. And let's clean up the tower. Okay, so first thing, we want the 1000 energy. This is fake. I think this is not worth, because that would be a mega energy and, or a mega, I keep saying that wrong, an energy stone. So, um, let me do it like this. I do want that 500 energy. So let me do it like this. And grab that. And then the next thing is, alright, so this room is done. That room's done. Let's look at the 500 energy. I'm just going to go in order of important items. Oh, this is the pave, so we're definitely paving this. We're definitely paving this. And paving this, and we'll buy this with yellows. And I guess we'll buy this with yellows too. Pretty low value on that, but that's okay. This we will just walk on. Alright, let's see what's left. Skill points. These are actually more important. We should be prowling these first. Alright, let's grab that. I think these badges are going to be value. I believe I'm actually going to want to just do that for the crown and the violet keys. Let me grab this card case in case I'm picking up anything card caseable. Alright, yeah, the skill points are the most important thing, so let's grab this. And this is fake, so let's turn that room off. Alright, skill points are done. And next up is the 200 energy, so let's see what we can get with that. Yeah, we'll grab the 200 energy. There's one in the starting room. I'll open this with yellows for energy. I'm gonna pave this. I think there's a red key, like, well, let me grab these cons while I'm here. I think there's a red key for a yellow here. And we can open these for yellows. And then we're gonna go ahead and jump. Grab that energy. Alright, let's see. These crowns probably have some value, so let's do this. That crown probably isn't happening. Probably don't have the red keys for that. This is probably the best use of plat keys we have left. This crown's not happening. And this room is not happening. Alright, let's see what's next. Probably think this we are going to use a mirror for. I was looking at this before. Since we can't do the real actually good strat, we'll trade a mirror for a plat and get 1,000 attack. Uh, no, turning those off. Not interested in the metal room. Alright, this room is done. Let's turn that off. Um, that is doable. We can grab that. Just swap that and go back to this room. Alright, what about the 10 MOs? Oh, there's 10 MOs in. I guess, why not? Let's grab those. We'll grab all of this stuff. Alright, what's next? This room's done. I'll turn that off. 100 energy. Okay, so blues for that is probably the best use of blue keys we have left. So let's do it. Alright, and now I think it is 25 energy on that guy. Probably not worth. Let's look at the badges now. I told you these are extraordinarily minor, but we can get them. Alright, so for this we have to swap to the side and then um, can grab that. Badges here. Badges here. Um, I need to grab a blue, which I think there is one blue for a yellow remaining. And then we can pave that, like that. We use our swaps to rescue these badges since we're just totally out of keys. We have a jump to get in here. All right. And I guess we just do a red for a drop. That's probably... Oh, we have some cont potions. Let's grab these as well. We can trade a jump for a pave. And I guess we'll just pave here. And I guess we're reclaiming for a blue, because we're just out of keys. And there's really nothing else. Maybe 99, this is better. That definitely is slightly better. Maybe I should have got the Heavenly Cane, but it really doesn't matter. Let's claim in the right spot. And 20... Yeah, this stuff is... I guess we can grab that for the violets. Alright, and there's really just nothing left on the tower for us. Maybe there's a yellow key left. Or a red key. Well, looks like we're just kind of out of keys, and that's fine. So now let's go to score. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ax of Laplace and Laplace's I. We're going to go to C1 and grab the Laplace's circlet. And now we are going to go through this board. Basically, we want... Alright, so I'll show you how this works for the scoring section. Alright, so basically, equip passives are worth about 10 sunstones each. The defense passives are worth 3 sunstones each. So we're trying to get all of the equipment passives we can, and that's kind of all we care about. So for example, right here, I think I prefer to go that way. Like 3 skill points for a passive is not good enough anymore. If you had more skill points, like a higher end level, then you could get a little bit more, but I'm just trying to get all of the equipment passives except for this one, which is really expensive. But we might end up getting that. We'll see. All right, and that's all I want from this board. So let's reset it. We have 2 resets, and I think we're gonna buy one more. So on this one, I do need to get 3 of these energy keys. So I will be going for that. I'm just taking the minimum points to get to all of the equipment stuff. And I'm gonna probably cap HP just kind of by accident doing this. This is cheaper, so I go this way. I'm not going for this on the side because um, well, let's see. All right, let's just grab these, and now we're going to get one more reset here. So I'll go ahead and buy that now. And you can see what I'm doing here is I'm just looking for... I mean, I guess I should buy the 1 SP crown. I feel like that is affordable. Except my HP is already capped, so maybe it's not. It's just 1 skill point. Let's not sweat it. Alright, so the cheapest path is actually this to get here. That's how we're getting those on the side. And it's here to get that. And we are totally HP capped, so let me get these passives instead. I'm going to undo that 1 SP crown that I got because it's just so obviously wrong now that I'm seeing how much HP I'm getting. Alright, we're not getting that crown. We're just going to keep the skill point. And we'll go ahead and reset. And then um, Cheapest path. Cheapest path. Okay, and 73. All right, let's grab the 5 skill point passive here. And then I should be fine to just grab random 2 cost things on the next board, but I think I'm going to go ahead and grab these two because I think I'm going to have them available. Last reset. So HP is totally capped. The drops are a pure waste. All right, and we can get this one. We're not going to end up getting this one. Um, Sad that we're not getting that, but oh well. I guess that one skill point didn't end up mattering just because we don't have anything to get. So let's get the crown anyway. And then that's it for the tower. Let's see how we score. All right, and that's 1129. This is basically, I got 1100 on my practice run, so I'm really happy with this score. Hopefully you guys are too, and hopefully you're following along. You did an even better score than I did. All right, let me go ahead and make a save there, and then that will be the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have as much fun in Float as I do. It's a really fun tower. It's fun to optimize, fun to play. Uh, Let me know in the comments if there's a tower you guys want to see, maybe see the new unlocks. We're going to do one more float, but I can start gearing up towards another tower if we want to. And as always, have a wonderful, wonderful day.